Hello, all my subscribers. Well, I went to the show. I went to see Star Wars A New Hope, the movie, at this really cool place in Sarasota, right by Sarasota Bay. And it was fantastic. It was really a great, great night. The ride there could have been better. I was using Waze, my dad was driving. And they pulled us off onto a side road right next to the highway. And my dad's like, well, wait, why is the highway moving and we're just going normal speed on a normal road? So he got back on the highway. I'm like, Dad, they tell you, the Waze tells you, as we call her, the lady, because I have a lady talking on there. The lady tells you to go a certain way because GPS can tell if there's traffic jams, if there's an accident or something, or anything of that nature. Well, it turns out there was a traffic jam because of just backup traffic. It wasn't an accident or anything. And I was right. I didn't gloat too much, just enough to almost get my dad angry. But we eventually got there with enough time to spare. And we had packed a lunch, my dinner. So sorry, dinner. It was close to sunset, about sunset, and there were these benches over by the water, and it's a mixed-use park. It's not just for people who are using the theater. It's people having catches, people walking their dogs. It was just cool stuff that you could do in the park. It was sunny. The sun was just right going down below the horizon line right before it goes down. And my dinner consisted of a Publix sandwich, like a sub. And I got the Cuban. I really wanted the Sausalito. It's like, I think it's turkey and, or is it chicken? I'm not sure. But they put, it's a little spicy. I add a little mayo to it. They put cheese on it. Excuse me. And with it, I am diabetic. I am on Mounjaro. I did lose a lot of weight, but I figured, you know what? I'm going to a show. I'm gonna cheat a little tonight. So I had chocolate milk, and for the ride home, I had a chocolate dipped granola bar, and the rest of my chocolate milk, and the rest of my sandwich. So it was a night out. I don't do it all that often. Next time I go, it's gonna be the night before Thanksgiving. I'm seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, with the live orchestra and DJs and stuff. It's gonna be really cool. I've seen footage of it on YouTube. It looks really cool. So back to this. We had our dinner, watched some sunset, and then we went in. Well, security's pretty lax. I mean, my dad beeped and didn't even look at him. He had keys in his pocket. They didn't even look. They didn't even look to say if he was, you know, who knows, But it was just keys, so it would have been really simple to say, hey, look, I got some keys in my pocket, but whatever. They didn't even look. And I didn't beep because I didn't have anything in my pocket. I left my phone in the car. So, we were sitting on the end in like row 21. It's not a big theater. It's not the biggest one in the area. The biggest one is probably Ruth Eckerd Hall. This is the Van Weasel. The only kind of annoying part is we got there before the theater filled up, and every time someone walked by, and I'm a nice guy, I get up, let people walk by. It's easier that way. They don't have to stumble, be on my legs and fall or trip or whatever. The only time I don't do that is when the show starts because I don't want to annoy people behind me, and the ushers have flashlights so people can see, at least when they first get into the row. So it was an awesome show, and first time I ever saw a woman conductor, and I've been to a lot of classical shows. I think that's great. I think if I'm guessing correctly, there are more men conductors and composers as well, but the conductor was a woman. I thought she was pretty. I thought she was pretty. It was kind of far away. I couldn't get details of her face or anything, but from a distance she looked pretty, and she was entertaining and funny. And at intermission she brought out a lightsaber. She explained how the process works because you hear the dialogue and you hear the sounds of the movie, but all the music, barring in this one, the cantina music, the classic cantina music, um, it everything else is done on the stage. They somehow take the music out of the track of the movie, and you're hearing the people on the stage, and the conductor is conducting their music. She said the way they do this is they have this little earpiece, and when a scene comes up where they got a transition, so they're on the beat with the movie, she hears a click in her ear, like click, 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 every time something comes up. And she's got sheet music, obviously, to follow as well. And probably, like, it outlines the stories and stuff. And she's got the clicker in her ear. So that's how it works. So everything was great. The crowd was really nice. Some guy asked me, "Where's your lightsaber?" I had my Empire, as you saw in the previous video, if you've seen it. I had my Empire symbol shirt. Some guy said, "Where's your lightsaber?" I said, "I left it at home." But my dad said, "You should have said, I'm sitting on it." But I wasn't thinking quick enough on that one. So I left it at home, apparently. Really, the crowd cheered at every right moment. It felt fun. It was... she got the conductor and the orchestra got like multiple standing ovations. It was really fun. And like I said, she brought out a lightsaber for the second part of the show, and it didn't work. She said it worked backstage, and then finally got it to work, and implored everyone, please, the last, the last song of the night is the credits, and it's one of the most rousing end credits, the Star Wars end credits. For the first movie, episode 4, the first movie though, that came out in 1977, and she implored everyone, please, anyone with a lightsaber, bring it out, the last song, and really wave them in the air, just not too crazily, but so that was pretty cool. And she gave us some trivia and stuff, and before the show started, in the second half and stuff, so it was really cool. They split it up. This is how they split it up. So when they got off of... Wait, let me think here. Okay, when they got to the Death Star, Han, Luke, Chewie, and Obi-Wan, or Ben, when they got to the Death Star, right as they're being, like, pulled in with a tractor beam, fade to, like, black, intermission, and then it starts up from there in the second half. So it was fantastic. My two gripes, besides the fact that I had to keep getting up for people walking by, which I learned in the second part of the show when I came back from my seat from using the bathroom and trying to find a water, but the lines are too long. I found out that you just stand up till like everyone sits. It's a good way to stretch out your legs and stuff, because sitting down for a long time can be stressful on the legs, even if you are in shape. It's good to get up. Bad knees and whatnot. So, but the two drawbacks, and I'm not making fun of these people because they're overweight. I have dealt with weight issues. I deal with weight issues in my life. There were 3 overweight people. Don't know their relations to each other, but the middle woman had her arms stretched out, practically touching the whole back seat in front of me. So even if I wanted to get a water, her arm would have been all over it. And I don't mean to sound really rude here, but they smelled like BO, like really bad BO, like body odor. So that was bad. And then one other thing that I was almost really thinking about telling the usher that was right next to me in the seat right next to me. There was someone taking flash photography behind me. I know there was media. I don't think they were media people. I don't even think media people aren't supposed to do that during the show. And it was annoying because every time they took a picture, the whole side of the theater lit up. You're not supposed to do that. I'm surprised none of the ushers saw and told them to stop. Although it did stop after a while, so maybe someone did tell them, yeah, you can't take pictures with a flash. I think you can take them without, but you can't take them with. So all in all, great show. Had a great time. I need to get out more. That's the key to, I said that in, a previous video. The key to, keeping seasonal depression away and whatnot is just to keep busy, keep doing things, and shows like this is exactly what I need. I'm hoping they do other Star Wars movies. I've seen in this form of concert in a different venue up in the Ruth Eckerd Hall. I saw all three original films. I would love to see the prequels. I would love to see all the Disney ones. I don't know if they were going to do them in like just the Skywalker saga, or do them in order which how they came out, or do the Skywalker saga and then the spin-offs. And I loved all the Star Wars films, every one of them. To me, they're all fun. I'm not going to get into like specifics and like my take on it and stuff, but I liked every one of them, including the Clone Wars movie. That it didn't do great at the box office. At first, when the Clone Wars came out, I don't think it was that popular. I think it took a while to get a footing. People didn't like certain things about it, like they didn't like the Sky Guy, how Ahsoka kept calling Anakin Sky Guy. They didn't like how he called her Snips. But after a while, people just started to love it. And it became a classic. I mean, people love it now. And I think a lot of the people that grew up with it also ensured that it would be loved by a lot of people. But now it's just people forget that. They forget that at first it wasn't that great to some people. I liked it from the beginning. I mean, I enjoyed it. I used to watch it I think it was like every Thursday or something. And then they moved it to Saturday. It was more like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like you could choose to watch it at night, or you could choose to watch it in the morning when it first aired. But yeah, I like all the Star Wars movies. They're all good. And I would love to see every one of them in this format with a live orchestra. I think it would be really fun. So anyway, I think I'll leave you there. I don't want to ramble too much here. Everyone have a great Saturday. I am definitely releasing this on Saturday. And may the force be with you all, and God bless. Thank you.